I like that I can curse all I want on the YouTube. So so I actually had slated today to yeah, sorry, you guys. Listen, it wasn't a matter of it being broken. It's a matter of me not knowing what I'm doing. I figured out how to schedule the live earlier today so that people would be aware that we're doing it. But then because of the setup that I use, I couldn't start the live that I scheduled to. I had to start a new, and it's a whole big mess. But we do have some things to talk about for sure. I finally got in the E.H. Taylor single barrel that we picked with NorCal Bottle Shops in March. We got a bottle of the Tanager. We can talk about that. What's up, Carl? What's up, Ryan? I've not poured anything yet. What is everybody else drinking? We talk about what everybody else is drinking. I'll have to back this up a little bit and turn it down more so you guys can see the bottles. If we put a bottle on the thing, we're gonna back it up a little bit. And I'm using the desktop microphone instead of my overhead microphone, so we're winging it. We're winging it right now. What we're going to do with the YouTube thing, getting away from TikTok, is we're gonna start doing dual microphones. We're gonna have guests. We're gonna do a bunch more stuff, a little more a la Joe Rogan podcast style, with all of you guys obviously here with your input. It's gonna be pretty dope. It's gonna be pretty dope. I'm excited about it. I think the lives are gonna get better. I know we're going through growing pains, y'all, and frankly, YouTube doesn't have that many people watching. I appreciate all of you guys showed up, but if we get a couple hundred people, I'll be stoked. TikTok's worth thousands of people, but they were talking today on the Discord. TikTok might get, if TikTok does get blasted, let's say they don't ban it, but they blast it, it can be real bad for all those creators that are primarily on TikTok and didn't bother branching out any. I was at the Tanager release on Still Austin last Friday. I have yet to open it. Should I? Michael, you absolutely should. In fact, we're going to pour a little right now. The Tanager is absolutely delicious. You've got some in your glass there, don't you? What do you got in your glass?
No, I got the Botanist.
Whiskey Bonded Jr. is Gin Bonded Jr. tonight and is drinking some of that Botanist Isla Gin that we got. Do you have bottles to sell later? I'm curious, what do you mean bottles to sell later? We do have Bonded Bottle Shop, which is our online liquor store, but I do not sell them directly because we got to keep it legal. Now, air broke, living vicariously. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? I'm sipping on some Pendleton whiskey. Ooh, the Midnight Edition.
Devin's bottle killing an OWA right now.
Yo, Devin doing it in style, killing the OWA. The Still Austin Tanager. So this is the cigar blend done by John Trapanell and Nancy Fraley. It is the most expensive bottle that Still Austin has ever released. It is the rarest, or one of the rarest bottles that Still Austin has ever released. Did Junior's drink come with a fresh tampon? Oy, that would be. Tim has switched it up on us now and it's Tim B. That Isla cask rested gin is the best gin I've ever. It's the best gin I've ever had. It really is.
We got a question coming in. What would be your choice for 150 to 200 MSRP bourbon, 200 to 250, and 250 to 300?
Oh, so MSRP. I will tell you about where to get the E.H. Taylor pick. Don't go away, Chaz. Don't go away. I see your question. You guys will get to them. So the 100 to 150 MSRP. So this is going to be a tricky question for me, because you guys, I have kind of come to the point where I'm not buying a whole lot of expensive bottles anymore. Junior and I were actually just having this conversation. And can you guys hear Junior? You probably can. You guys can hear. So the conversation was, once you get to a certain point of whiskey collection, selection, whatever, you have so much stuff, you start to decide a little differently in how you buy bottles and everything. So first of all, I'll make this a caveat. I don't buy a lot of expensive bottles anymore. With the exception of this was $149 of something that I really, really want. So my choice of $100 to $150 has to be a bourbon. Man, I would probably try and find something limited like this Tanager.
One of those single barrels might not be a bad bet too.
Yeah, E.H. Taylor single. Yeah, those should be under $150. I'm trying to really want to think about that question. Well, listen, the last bottle of $150 to $200 bourbon that I absolutely loved was the Garrison Brothers Lady Bird. I just love that bottle. It's really got a soft spot for it. Something more traditionally that you could buy. The trick is that most bottles you can traditionally buy are not in that price point. They're less expensive than that. But I would look for something along the lines of a limited release Lady Bird. This Tanager for $150 is really, really fantastic. I'm happy with that one. 2 to 250, I suppose that would probably put you right around the range of the Michter's 10-year rise. I know they're not quite $200, but let's be real, they're probably going to cost you $250 to get. Yep. Those are good ones. Over to $250 to $300. Man, it put him in these windows.
Probably, the Cowboy Bourbon at that price point.
Cowboy Bourbon's $250. Back to still. You guys, we're not really on a Garrison Brothers kick right now. You have to forgive my repetitiveness. There's a lot of bottles in some of the BTAC stuff that I wish you could get. You should be able to get. And over $300, if you could possibly get it over $300, I would go anything in the BTAC lineup if you could get it in over $300 at a reasonable price. So say you could get a William L or a Stag or something in the $400-ish range. I'd probably do that. I've had a couple of the Four Roses special limited editions, the 30th anniversary. Some of those are really expensive. Those are really incredible bottles that we don't talk about a whole lot. Those are really, really good bottles. I will ask you guys this before I go back to the questions. We saw today, I got a message for the Fortaleza Winter Blend Tequila. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but it was $220 in the sticker. And I got a message from someone saying, please, I really, really want one of those because apparently they go for $400 to $500 and it's a Reposado tequila. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me.
A little crazy, I feel like.
It's like a 1-year-old tequila. People think bourbon people are crazy. Chaz said, can I buy the E.H. Taylor pick? So the E.H. Taylor barrel pick that we did with NorCal Bottle Shops and Locked Barrel, it's really fantastic. You can only get it here locally because even though CK has told me that he can ship NorCal Bottle Shops in Northern California, there's only about 60 of these that are going to go out tomorrow or on Saturday, and 60 of the Blanton Gold store picks. You'd have to be here in Northern California to get your hands on one, but you can. If you're in the Northern California area or you want to come to the Northern California area, you can absolutely get one of these and a Blanton's Gold for a pretty reasonable price on Saturday at NorCal Bottle Shops. I'll be posting about that so people will find out. But other than that, man, they're probably not going to get 2 shipping. I don't think he's going to put them online because they'll sell without doing that. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Caleb said, damn, that's my bottle, isn't it?
Which one?
The Tanager.
Yeah, I opened it, Caleb. I'm sorry, buddy. Well, I'll send you what's left of it, though. I'll seal it back up. Look, you can't even tell. Look, the seal looks like it's never even been broken because the paper just came off in one piece. It's delicious, though. Thank you, Caleb. I appreciate it, man, for the pour. No, your bottle's over there in the box. Do I have them for when they are rare or just open everything? Decarius, I'm glad you asked that question. The only bottles that I save, like for scarcity or unusualness, like obviously I opened this Tanager and that's a first edition that are all going to be sold out and everything. I really want to taste them. So the only bottles that I save closed are bottles that I have for some sentimental reason, not for scarcity. I don't save anything for scarcity. I don't buy bottles for scarcity to hold forever. There's one exception to that. I did buy these. Are they here? The blue bottle of the Macallan Edition 6. I think that's the only bottle I have that I bought because I'm like, oh, these are going to be super scarce. I better buy it and hang on to it. And I've never opened it. That's the only bottle I have.
What about that Bardstown Prisoner? You guys aren't opening that one, are you?
Yeah, I didn't buy the Bardstown Prisoner to not open. I just bought it because I knew it was hard to get, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. But like, I will buy something if I know that it's scarce or rare. I'll buy it and decide what to do with it later. But for the most part, I want to open them. I want to try them. So I open everything for the most part. I've got, like this is a perfect example. I got the Cowboy Bourbon, the 10th anniversary, not opened, but the more expensive Laguna Madre I opened. Because there's no real sentimental reason for me to not open the Laguna Madres, but the Cowboys have been there's been stories behind our Cowboys because of our relationship with Garrison Brothers, so I haven't opened them. So I hope that answers the question.
We got a question from Ryan Bishop. Does Locked Barrel have reasonably priced pours? BTAC Pappy, I want to try them.
Locked Barrel has reasonably priced pours on everything. You can ask the boys in the Patreon. We actually had a bottle share there after the whiskey festival. You missed that.
Well,
we won't talk about why he missed it. He went a little hard the night before.
Yeah, someone was not able to get it.
It's all right. It's all right. It happens to all of us. It's comes with maturity and growth. No, his pour prices are really, really reasonable, and he has freaking everything. If you want to try it, he probably has it. I see NorCal Bottle Shops doing a special release this Saturday morning, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. Yeah, Carl, so... That Tanager is good. I will tell you a little trick. One, I don't think that NorCal will sell out of all 60 EH and all 60 Blanton's Golds on Saturday morning. It's possible, but I've noticed that when he does his his lotteries, that I don't know that he has 60 people necessarily show up. And you're talking about a $150 and a $200 bottle. That's going to pare it down just a tiny bit. Two, I mean, hopefully not. I'm going to try and tell people about it, so maybe he'll get a bunch of people. Two, that's only half the supply. You'll notice the numbers are really low. So why is it only 60? A single barrel should be over 100, and it is over 100. He's going to release the second half of them at another time. So if you miss Saturday for some reason, keep an eye. I will try to make sure everybody gets knows. Keep an eye on Instagram and all that stuff. CK will release the other half of them at some point, and they'll be available again. So kind of smart on CK's part, I think.
We got a question coming in from Kenny. He said, "What about the Arby's bottle? You collect now? When are you gonna open it?"
You know what? The Arby's bottle is one of those stupid things that I got it. It popped up. I went, oh wow, that's really cool. It's gonna be limited release. I want to buy it. It was cheap. I bought it on the release, so I got it for cheap. And then I didn't. I just realized I don't. What the hell? What's up, Beefy? What the hell am I? What the hell did I buy this for? There's no. It's not gonna be good. So I haven't opened it because I don't care to taste it because it's not gonna be good. I don't need to taste it. It's not rare, going to be valuable, so there's no reason to hang on it for that. No real reason to share it. I mean, maybe at some point I'll take it to a bottle share for a joke. Yeah. That might be kind of fun. I don't know. So I don't know what to do with it, but I'm not expressly hanging on to it to not open it for some collectible reason. I think that's just dumb. It's just not me. Yeah, so Freedom Express says we need the EH pick in Bonded Bottle Shop. Someday there will be an EH Taylor store pick, single barrel pick at Bonded Bottle Shop, and we're going to sell that bitch for under $100. And make everybody crazy. But that's going to be tough to do. It's not easy to get these damn things. Maybe with time. I'm going to work on all that in the future. But it would be cool to get one of these. But we're going to work more on some more unusual single barrels and stuff. But it would be cool to get an EH Taylor. It would be cool to get an Eagle Rare. So we'll see. Maybe at some point.
We're getting a big clamoring for an Arby's tasting event.
An Arby's tasting event?
That's what...
Listen, if the patrons want, we can do that. Do I experiment with blending bourbons, e.g. Poor Man's WLW? I have tried a little bit. Kenny, I knew it. I have tried a little bit to experiment with blending on some stuff, like the Poor Man's Pappy and stuff. It's pretty interesting, but I don't make whole bottles of it. I just blended it for the experience, but I've never made a whole bottle of it. I don't know why. I do have an infinity barrel around here somewhere, or bottle. It's in a stag bottle, and it tastes kind of like a stag. I blended together low or low-ish proof or low-ish rye bourbons that are all higher proof, so over 115, I think 115 to 135, and it turned out a lot like a stag. I mean, I could probably pour it and convince you it's a stag, and it's in a stag bottle. That's a good try. I don't know. One of these days, what I should do is pour it and see if anybody can tell me it's not a stag. Yo, what's up, Brent? Ooh, whiskey. I thought you were talking about whiskers. No, it's not a cat channel, but we can do cat content. I'm always open to flexing on what we talk about. Do I need to change my name to my alter ego IROC? No, Jeff, we know who you are at this point. Cheers from Florida. What's up, Doug? What's going on? Daniel, there's Bourbon in the house. Yeah, everybody's got different names here. A little harder to... What's up, Tom? A little harder to keep track of who's who. Or we should be a punishment pour. Look, if you guys seriously, if the patrons seriously want to do something with the Arby's bottle, we can do something with the Arby's bottle. I don't care. At this point, I have to figure out what I did with it, but it's here somewhere. I definitely don't throw bottles away. I did give away. Yeah. I did cart off a whole bunch of bottles to my other job and hand them away. Yeah, we should do, Brent. You should come by and do one of these with us. We're going to start flipping this thing to podcast format and having guests, so you got to come out and be a guest. That's what we're going to do in the future. I'm debating on going over to normal. Okay, what's Brad talking about? Oh, yeah. Going over to normal what? Don't forget to like the stream, guys and gals. Oh, yeah, you guys, please hit the likes. You guys, thank you for being here. So everybody that's here now on the live is here for the very early days of our YouTube live. I'm totally winging it. There's Spooby. What's up, Gary Hoop and Gardner? Yeah, I can't believe the patrons haven't been insistently for you, asking insistently for you to crack the Arby's bottle. I'm sure no one ever asked. Yeah, dude. The only people that have ever asked me to do anything with the Arby's bottle are the patrons. Yeah. Because who the heck? Nobody really wants to drink Arby's.
You haven't showed it off in a long time, too. So
that's true. It was sitting behind me for a long time, and I took it down. Sorry, hit send button early. Oh. He said, I'm debating on going over to the normal... Then he hit send. We need some more 2XO in the shop. Oh, what are we missing? I got to get in the shop and make sure to re-up the inventories on a few things.
Did you put the French oak in there?
I don't. Do we have that? It really helps the YouTube algorithm. How was the Tanager? Listen, Owen, you had your opportunity. I don't want to hear that you should have gotten a Tanager. You're gonna have to talk to Rick's House of Bourbon about that because I only got this bottle and one more for the one person, Caleb, that spoke up and said he wanted one. So I'm sorry, Owen. I'm sorry. It's delicious.
We got a question from Freedom Express. Would you choose the Screaming Titan, OWA, or Ben Holiday Soft Red?
Like best?
I guess so.
Ooh.
Or which would you choose out of the three?
Holy shit. Well, you guys know I'm a big nut for Redwood Empire. You guys know that already. But subjectively, you said OWA?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I'd have to taste test them, but that would be a really good blind because that Ben Holiday's no joke, too. The Ben Holiday stick Rick House proof, that one's a banger. But then you're on a higher proof. Oh, God. If you're going to pin me down, I'm just going to go with my favorite, which is Screaming Titan. I've drank a ton of those. Yeah. I think that the OWA is... I bet you if I blinded them, it would probably be the best. And then it would be hard to say the Screaming Titan and the Ben Holiday. But, man, good call on those three. That's a good comparison. That's a really good comparison. Thanks, Burbo.
So, apparently, you are missing the Innkeeper Phoenix and Tribute.
Oh, shit. What? Okay, well, listen. I promise, and we're not going to do it live because stocking up the store while on live is not good. Oh yeah, my bad. So we've only got Keo, a Sneakerhead, and French Oak. Okay, when we get off the live, I will fill out the rest of the 2XO for the bottle shop. Okay, I'm gonna make a note. 2XO. Okay, so we will do that. So yes, I can probably get all the rest of the 2XO offerings. We just haven't done it in the bottle shop. You guys, I'm still Brad. Hold on, I'm gonna come to you, brother. I'm still individually, personally building out every listing on the bottle shop because I want to have control over it and I want to be very selective about what goes in there. So I have to make the listings and put them on initially. So that's why I haven't done it. It's because I build all those myself. It takes a minute. Brad said, debating on going to NorCal drop Saturday morning. Any thoughts? Yeah, Brad, you know what? How early if I decide to go? So here's the deal. The NorCal bottle shop drop in... Oh, Owen's got one coming after all. So the NorCal bottle shop drop on Saturday, this coming Saturday, here in Rockland on Lone Tree, I believe. He's only going to get that word out to so many people, right? Because CK's social is really small. I'm going to share it on mine probably tonight or tomorrow to let people know. So it's not like it's going to be lambasted with people. I think if you get there, they're going to open at 9, he said. I'll reshare all this stuff, so watch. Instagram's the way to do it because CK will share it on Instagram. I think if you even got there just a half an hour early, he's got 60 of each. And he's probably going to hold it to a 1 at this. Yeah. He's also got the Chosen, the Blue Run Chosen. That was really good too. But I think people are going to snatch up the Blanton's Gold. That's the...
Well, at the price it's at, it makes the most sense.
Yeah, $199 for a Blanton's Gold.
Store pick, yeah.
Store pick. And it's hella good. It's hella good. So listen, if you wanted to be sure, you could get there an hour early. I don't think you're going to need to do that. People are not going to camp overnight. I don't think the word's going to get out enough. I think it's going to be... I mean, dude, CK would love it if there's a line around the building in the morning when he gets there, but I don't know if it's going to be that. That's going to be that good. We don't have that massive of a local reach.
Well, the bottles aren't that crazy either for what it is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's no BTAC, but it's just those bottles. I wouldn't spend $150 on an E.H. Taylor single barrel, essentially secondary store pick. Yeah. So, agreed. I mean, SRP on a single barrel is what, $79 technically?
Yeah.
I'd say unless you have really good connections, most people are not seeing the single barrels for $79, so they're probably paying $129 anyway. I've definitely seen single barrels for $159 a bunch. So yeah, $149 for a single barrel store pick. You're right. It's a little high. It's a little high, but I will tell you that we tried 4 single barrels, three selected single barrels, and the standard single barrel the night that we picked this one. And it was hands down better than the other 3. Hands down. It was better. If you've had an E.H. Taylor single barrel non-store pick, likely it wasn't as good as the one that we pulled. So if that's any consolation. I mean, people will go crazy for a damn Russell's 10 bottled on the right month. You won't pay a little extra for an E.H. Taylor single barrel that's really good. Listen, no judgment. Do you. I get it totally. What are you using to live stream on YouTube? to use a streaming service where we can host online guests. So we're going to do that. No, right now I'm just streaming through a DJI Pocket 3 and using YouTube Studio. So, but we are going to do a guest style. I don't like Streamlab. We were using Streamlab and it was lagging.
Yeah, I'll have to look at it.
There was a delay. The IT department is slacking on his job. I'm thinking about firing him.
To be fair, yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, so my IT department is behind for some reason, but yeah, we're gonna do that. Listen. The point of going to YouTube is one, to get away from TikTok, because TikTok licks balls, and two, to be able to do a more of a podcast type format where we do the live, but we have a guest, and then either Mrs. Whiskey Bonded or Nathan is sitting here and kind of, like I said, like a Joe Rogan style, keeping us honest on the questions, talking about stuff. I think it's going to be a little cooler to do it that way.
Yeah. We have a question from Dalton. He said he's from Southern Oregon, and he's asking if it would be worth the drive to go to NorCal Liquor to pick up the
man, that's wow. Okay, that's a tough question, Dalton, because here's the deal. Oregon being a liquor control state, are you having a lot of luck? Do you have the relationships to get some of that stuff at SRP? Because in Oregon, everything is SRP. But you got to have relationships because the stores still control it. The state thinks they control it. All they control is price. They don't control who gets what and the handshaking and the behind the under the table stuff. So Dalton, are you getting stuff in Oregon normally at SRP? I mean, what are your odds of getting an E.H. Taylor single barrel at a store somewhere in Oregon anyway? I'd say if you're not getting things, like you just don't have an easy time finding them. It's not like E.H. Taylor single barrel store picks are not super common, but they're kind of around if you're really hustling and grinding. A lot of stores are getting them here and there. The Blanton's Gold single barrel has never been done in this area. That's the first one in this area to be done, and it's really, really good, and that's a very cool bottle that most liquor stores are going to go $350 on for a single. I guarantee you they'd go that much on. So I know $199 is a little over SRP, but $199 for the Blanton's Gold single barrel is super reasonable. It's in the nice little black velvet bag and everything too, so really, really dope. But I wouldn't drive that far, man. It's a long drive, but it's a personal thing. You know, how important is it to you?
We had a question from Ryan saying, how are the new Redwood Empires?
Haystacks are fantastic. We actually sold out of the few haystacks that I was able to get for the bottle shop. I'm gonna get some more, but listen, don't hold me to when. I'm working on it. I'm literally talking to everybody, Redwood Empire sales, their marketing, the distributors, just everything to try and get some more of those. But it's hard. We only got 60 bottles of Haystack and they were just gone in a freaking minute. We do still have Pipe Dream 101 on Bonded Bottle Shop. That's a solid buy.
Yep.
100%. As you can see, my bottle that I've already gone that much through, and I bought that. To be clear, and I've said this 100 times, Redwood Empire does not send me bottles. We have a good relationship with them, and they help us out with a lot of stuff. We get inside information. Like, I've seen the new redesigned label for the cast strengths. Mm-hmm. The new Redwood Empire cast strength redesigned label is freaking dope, and I will share it as soon as I get clearance to do that. But we're gonna get the patrons will see things first, obviously, but I'll share it on the following as soon as I get Redwood Empire say it's okay to do. So we do get a lot of inside information. We are going to get next year a Redwood or a whiskey bonded Haystacks. My pick. I do myself. I control. That will be in Bonded Bottle Shop, and I'll be able to price that mother any way I want to. So we're gonna do something with that one because I think I can sell that one for a lot less if it's my pick. The new Redwood Empires in general are all good. That's the short answer there. But your new sweet spot for Redwood Empire is that 101, 100 freaking percent, because it's Sorry, I'm stalling out. So here's a good comparison. So compared to something as complex and as beautiful as Still Austin Tanager, obviously a regular offering like 101 is not the same. It doesn't have the same level of complexity, but the flavors are big. They pop. They're sweet. There is a little spice in there for something that does not have a lot of rye in mash bill. But there's some age to it. You know, it's got up to 15-year-old now distillate in it. There's more of Redwood Empire stuff in it. So it's a slightly different mash, a slightly different blend, slightly different age than the Pipe Dream originally was. So I'm going to try and put together like a little bundle for Pipe Dreams. They said effing millennials slacking on their jobs.
Like I said, I haven't been given an official job yet, so... we had Joyce said the shop's really starting to get this WC in Cali all the time, but I still get better selection and price in Cali. I'm assuming that's versus Oregon.
So one more time, what do you
say? Joyce said the shops are really starting to get this WC in Cali all the time, but I still get better selection and price in Cali. I'm not sure where Joyce is at, but
yeah. So what's going on, Four Leaf? You guys, I'll catch up to your comments here. Just bear with me for a second. Yes. So California has really fantastic distribution, so we get a lot of stuff. Now, I have noticed that it can be a little slow rolled sometimes. Like we get the Booker's, the versions will get here later. Some of the other bottles will get here later. Like we'll get it weeks or months after everybody else gets it, but we get everything. And if you're in California and you got a lot of relationships with liquor stores, you can get just about anything that you want. If you have a lot of good relationships, you work in those relationships. Oregon, I have heard that they get everything. They've got a great website. You can go on and search. So I can search Weller 107 Antique, and it'll tell you which stores in Oregon have it in stock where, right? Which is dope. But the liquor store employees, liquor store owners still control that. So they may say, yeah, no, we're out of it. It's under the counter. They pass it to the guy that buys a whole bunch of stuff. So they're playing the game themselves. So they're doing it in there. So that it is still a relationship thing. It's always a relationship thing. Doing the Norwegian foot march tomorrow morning, and I'm drinking because it's going to be too easy. I do not understand that comment at all. It's awesome, but I don't get it.
We had a question. What is the ETA for Road Empire? Do you know what their move? And will they have a public tasting room at the new location?
They will have a public tasting room, but that is not going to happen until next year, probably late next year. Mm-hmm. Talking to Jeff Duckworth, he's like super optimistic, and he's still saying, yeah, end of 25 would be great. So it's a big undertaking, you guys. So you guys trust me. Follow me. I will absolutely clue you in on what's going on with Redwood Empire as things happen. But that is way off into the future for sure. Corey said, thoughts on Rebel Cast Strength, was gifted a bottle, haven't cracked yet. I really like the Rebel stuff. The 8-year single barrel is way overlooked in my opinion. Even the Rebel 100, I blew through a bottle of Rebel 100 one time so fast to make your head spin around. I really like Rebel, and I don't know why we don't talk about it more. It just doesn't come up much. So yes, 100%. Screaming Titan, yeah, you guys, we are going to always try to stay stocked up with Redwood Empire stuff in the shop. It does sell through pretty quick, but we can get more. Anyway.
Drown said that the Norwegian foot march is a army foot march.
Oh, nice. So. Okay. So he said, screw it. I'll drink. I don't care. It ain't nothing. Army Challenge foot march. Get a word for doing it. That's kind of neat. I mean, I don't think I'd be drinking heavily, but you're probably a bigger badass than me. I found regular Blanton's, Eagle Bear, Stag, Junior, E.H. Taylor Small Batch, all MSRP. It's great. I got to check out California soon. I actually can't wait to check out Safeway Liquor. Yeah, you guys, listen, the primary thing with this whole game is if you want to get bottles is relationships. You got to be talking to people. You got to be talking to people to know what's going on, when things are coming. Like literally for the Tanager, I know a guy at Total Wine that's a big fan of Still Austin, and he was tracking it for me, and we were talking a lot, and he was keeping me in. He's like, I think it's supposed to come in. And because of that, I was able to get a bottle of it and get one other bottle for one of the patrons. And that was only because they didn't put it on the website. They didn't tell anybody, didn't advertise. They literally got 2 cases. And it was just because of the people that come in and talk to them and just kind of, like I said, keep those relationships good. Last night we got a pour of, Mrs. Whiskey Bonnet and I were over at NorCal, and we actually got a pour of the new Coy Hill relationship. Talking to the rep, he's like, I got something special. He went out to his car and he cracked the brand new Coy Hill and poured it for us right there. I mean, that's what it's about. That's what this is so much fun. Drown's asking about. Drown says, thoughts on Frank Sinatra Jack Daniels? I like the Frank Sinatra.
I haven't had it, so I can't comment.
It's good. I mean, it's a 1 liter bottle. It's in a really badass packaging, and you can get it for in the $1.25 price range.
I see it at Bevmo regularly for about that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, don't pay a bunch of markup on it because, listen, everything Jack Daniels above Old Number 7 is fantastic. I don't think I've ever had a Jack Daniels I didn't really like that above Old Number 7. That includes the Bonded series. Those are all good. They're barely above it. Any of the single barrels, any of the barrel proofs, any of the special releases, they're all fantastic.
Mark said that he scored his first BTEC 2024 Stag.
Oh, nice. Nice job, Mark. They are around right now. Tis the season for allocated bottles, especially the Buffalo Trace and Pappy and all that stuff. You can get this at whiskeyboндedshop.com. There's a link. Oh, wait, it's YouTube. There's no link in the bio.
Oh.
Whiskeyboндedshop.com, just like it sounds. We spell whiskey with an E here because it's America. Definitely got to talk to the ABC stores that work with the distillers. Yeah, it's pretty well. And so HD says, been looking for Coy Hill. So I got to try the Coy Hill. I've not been able to get my hands on a Coy Hill. I've never been able to get my hands on a Coy Hill. I'm always just missing it. Like, shut up, Owen. Owen says better than McLaren Jack. Everything's better than McLaren Jack.
What would you say is the closest thing to E.H. Taylor that you can actually find?
Yo. Yikes, man. So there isn't anything like E.H. Taylor, but in the spirit of E.H. Taylor, if you haven't had Redwood Empire's Pipe Dream, sorry, Spoob, I don't have it. So this is the 101. You can get it 101 proof. But, man, maybe Grizzly. No, not even Grizzly Beast. But the thing with E.H. Taylor is it's so nice. It's light. The fruit notes are light. It's just very easy to drink, subtle, but with a good amount of complexity and a good amount of flavor to it. And the only other thing that I describe that way is Pipe Dream. You taste it and you're like, oh, there's not a whole lot of, and then there's something else, and then there's something else, and it's all very subtle. And I think Redwood Empire's Pipe Dreams are gonna give you a similar experience, but there's nothing like E.H. Taylor. It's E.H. Taylor for a freaking reason.
So apparently, Coy Hill dropped at the Costco Folsom this morning. Gone within 45 minutes.
You mother, who didn't? Justin, where's the heads up, man? Yeah, the problem with the Coy Hill is the places that I know that I've been talking to got one bottle, I got two bottles, and I'm not the big spender at each of these stores because I talk to a whole lot of people, so I'm not the guy going to one store and buying all my stuff. So understandably, and I'm not mad about it, those guys that the stores that get one or two bottles are going to offer those bottles to the guys that come in and buy everything from them, and I'm good with that. It's please go for it. You know, one of these days, there'll be enough of them, and I'll get one. So we all have the same Coy Hill problem. Everybody has the same Coy Hill problem. There's a good suggestion. Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond. Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond is a little bolder flavor than E.H. Taylor, but yeah, same idea. A really approachable bourbon notes, bourbon flavors. Heaven Hill is stronger. If I was going to do those in a tasting, I'd do the E.H. Taylor first and then the Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond just because I try to go from easiest to heaviest. Almost every Bevmo in Sac in the Bay Area got a full case of 6. I asked my guy about that, and he didn't say nothing. I guess I can't complain, because he did tell me about the Fortaleza winter blend, which I don't want, but let's ask right now. We're going to do this in real time. We're gonna find out. We're gonna see what happens here. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna ask.
While you're doing that,
while we're in the live,
is Russell's 15 worth the hype? And what's the max you would pay for one?
Oh my God, Russell's 15 is amazing. Russell's 15 is a sore subject for me. It is. I'm debating naming it my bourbon of the year because it's so freaking good. It's just so freaking good, but it's too expensive. If Russell's 15 was $150 like Russell's 13, so say Russell's 13 was $125 and Russell's 15 was $150. If Russell's 15 was $150, bourbon of the year. Bourbon of the year. It's absolutely fantastic. Whether it's worth the money or not has to do with how much $300 is for you. Now, I was lucky enough, I got a very nice gesture from a store and was sold at cost. So it was a lot less than that, and I was happy to pay it. But in retrospect, if I knew what I know now and I went back, I'd pay the $300 for it. And that's a lot for me to say, you guys. I don't spend $300 on bottles very much, but that bottle will drink the amount of flavor in 2 bottles of just about anything else. So it's so much in that like older Michter's stuff. It's just like Stag and like the best of the GTSs, and it's just there's so much flavor in that bottle, and everybody hates on it because it's too expensive. But then they'll run out and buy a Stag for $500. Like, no, oh yeah, no problem. So yeah, no, Russell's 15 is fantastic. The winter blend was $220. Chaz.
We had a question of when is your rare character pick coming?
So I okayed the bottle art. So we're probably going to be like February, I would think. I gotta talk to Pete, but these things do not happen fast, you guys. We picked the C.H. Taylor single barrel that I got yesterday in March.
I was gonna say like 8 months ago.
Yeah, 8 months. So Buffalo Trace is synonymous for being slow. They're famous for being slow, but it's gonna be a 3 or 4 month thing for sure.
Justin said, "Gotta join the Patreon. Is there a place to share info about local drops?" Referring to the Coy Hill and Folsom.
So yeah. I mean, we don't have. So if you join the Patreon and you get into the Discord, we talk about stuff all week long. Every day we're talking about stuff and just joking around, having a good time. And we will share information like when I saw the Tanager. I didn't post about the Tanager because there's not enough of them, and I don't need to be trying to buy a whole bunch of bottles of stuff. But I did post it in the Patreon Discord. To just say, hey, listen, I'm here right now. If anybody wants one and they can react quickly. So I grabbed one more for one of the great patrons. But yeah, we do talk about it. If you join the Patreon, be sure you get in the Discord. That's where all the value for the Patreon is, man. That's so much fun. I mean, the Discord after parties are fun. We did a live taste through old Louisville stuff with a higher tier of the patrons here recently. I mean, there's just a lot of cool stuff. I hear that there's an after party. Yeah. Discord. I tried 4 Old Weller Antiques. I traded 4 Old Weller Antiques for a Russell Reserve 15. Oh, damn, man. Ugh. I mean, listen. If you can get Old Weller Antiques fairly easily and you can't find a Russell's 15, cool. I'd have thought that would have been a 3-for-1 trade. But the second you take a sip of that Russell's 15, you're not going to be mad at yourself. For sure.
Rick asked, "What's a Discord?"
What's a Discord? Rick, stop it. So, if in all seriousness, the Discord is basically a private chat and video community. So if you join the patron, you get to be in the Discord with the other patrons, and there are different things. Like right now, we're doing fantasy football, which I'm thinking about freaking just piking the whole thing. It's gotten It's gotten very serious. And you know me, I don't like being serious. Stuff gets serious. I might just fill my roster with all injured players. Just because it'd be epically ridiculous.
Send me your healthy ones and
we can't do it. Can't make a rule. You can't trade. Can't trade past Thanksgiving. I'm like, what the? Too much controls. Too many fence posts. I don't like it. We have that. We've got where the Bond Bottle Shop. I post stuff in there. We have off topic talk, whiskey finds. All week long. It's just chats, and then the after parties are video calls. After this,
what is in the running for your bourbon of the year? Is it classified or can you share?
No, it's not. It's not classified. I will tell you that that's a good question. Chaz, we're not completely done with TikTok. We're still gonna cross post stuff on TikTok, and I'm thinking about dual streaming to TikTok still. I got to get my IT department to get off his ass and work on that for me. What are the bottles on the shelf? I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Let's do the runners for what I'm thinking about bourbon of the year right now. And then we'll talk about what's on the shelf behind me. So, I am going to throw the Tanager in there. I don't know that it's gonna be enough, but I'm gonna put Tanager in there. Russell's 15, obviously. I'll probably consider the Michter's 10 bourbon this year, but I don't think that's really got a shot to win, to be completely honest with you. A Cowboy Bourbon 24, got to be in the running for consideration. Boy, I would love to put Bent's straight from the barrel of bourbon in there, but I think it's too. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to use bottles that are really, really hard to get. Like that one is a distillery only. You got to go down and bottle it yourself. I don't know how I feel about putting, because I know that old what's up, Burbo? I know that Fred Minnick will do that sometimes. Like the Smoke Eye Hill. The Smoke Eye Hill should probably be in there for consideration this year.
Yeah.
I got to go back and see how far back. Let's just be honest. I'm gonna name the Rye 3 pick from Whiskey Bond. That's not a bourbon. No, I will put the Redwood Empire Haystacks single barrel bourbon in there because there is a single barrel bourbon from Haystacks. That'll be in there. God, I gotta go through the rest of my stuff and think about it. I mean, I could probably put the JD 10. It's a Tennessee whiskey, but it's also a bourbon. So the only thing is, if I did that, I'd probably do that just to stir shit up. Because people would be like, that's not a bourbon. every freaking time. The 1924 has got to go in there for sure. We could put in the Wild Turkey 70th because even though it's not as good as some of those other ones, you got to take the value proposition. It's really good dollar for dollar. So I'll probably throw a couple of them in there that I don't know if they have a chance, but I'm going to try and judge the whole thing based on not just how great it is, but how good it is for the money. I promise, as much as I'm going to want to make Pipe Dream 101 the winner, I'm not going to do that. Maybe we will have a best value whiskey of the year. That might be a good idea. If you guys have any suggestions for what we should put into the bourbon of the year for consideration, please.
Well, you should do maybe like categories, and then you can kind of split up because obviously, like, a Wild Turkey 70 is not going to compete with Orson 15, but you could have price categories.
Yeah, so that's actually not a bad idea. Like the Chicken Cock Chanticleer is really amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just do a few. I don't want to do too many because I don't want to get too, because like It's Bourbon Night did an awards thing. I think last year. Maybe they do it every year on YouTube. And there's so many categories, so many videos. I just kind of lost track of what was going on with it. Mm-hmm. So maybe we will do that. Maybe we'll do like rare or limited release, bourbon of the year, value bottle of the year. Got to do Scotch of the year.
Yep.
I'll do my best Scotch of the year. I don't typically do an Irish, just because the Irishes are. I mean, maybe we'll do an Irish. I don't know. I got a single barrel Irish. I didn't buy a lot of Irish this year.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do the first YouTube raffle. Yeah, we got to think about doing giveaways on. We do have, you guys listen, the Stag Junior giveaway is still in play. If you haven't paid attention on Instagram, so this is going to be the trick. If you buy something from bondandbottleshop.com, anything from bondandbottleshop.com, you get an entry to win the free Stag Junior giveaway. I'm just going to give away a bottle of Stag Junior for $1 because legally I have to sell it for $1. So we're going to do that. Also, if you find you don't have to buy anything to participate, but you got to find the Stag Junior post over on Instagram, and you got to make sure you're following the Bottle Shop and Whiskey Bonded on Instagram, and you have to tag a friend. So don't forget that that's still running. I'm going to run that to the end of the year and give that away at the end of the year just for something for fun, because someone will love to win a Stag Junior. How's Burbo using my face for stuff? That's pretty cool. So what is behind me on the shelf? I want to talk about a couple things that are on here, you guys. Oh yeah, wow, a writer's tier. So now we're talking about Irish. So, you guys, I don't know if you guys can see these. You guys can see these because of the wider angle. So these are my most recent pickups from the Garrison Brothers, the Red, White, and Bourbon, and the Houston Rockets bottles. So I geek out on the Garrison Brothers stuff a little bit. In fact, I don't know. I'm gonna open that box here before all said and done. I got a package today. I don't know what's in it. Thanks to some patrons, I was able to get some of the more unusual dipped bottles. I am still looking for a high rye. If anybody comes across a high rye that's not $1,000 freaking dollars, I want the green dipped bottle. But it's just kind of fun. These I'm collecting. There you go. These I'm collecting for not opening just because they're beautiful. It was a charity donation that we made. You got the red, white, and blue bottle. The Houston Rockets one was a single barrel picked by the Houston Rockets, dipped in silver and red, which is unusual. It comes in the red bag, but they were picking that the day that we were at Garrison Brothers all day. So they were there actually picking it when we were there. So that's really cool. They just kind of tie to the stories, you guys. This is a Mickey Mouse operation. I've not been to Watershed. Where's Watershed at? So these bottles, the other Bradley Cutter bottles here, are the Whiskey War. We actually got the new Whiskey War Double Oak from this year, the batch 13. Isn't that the one it was in? So we got the batch 13, and this is the 10. We actually have a partnership with High Banks Distillery, so that they sent us. There's no pay involved, but they sent us their stuff, kind of in a partnership agreement with them, because I got the cigar cask, and the cigar cask was probably the one Amberana bottle. There's maybe a second one, but the one Amberana finished whiskey that I actually like. It's rare. I don't like Amberana much. The barrel proof was good, and the double oaked was really good. So we went ahead and agreed to do something with them where they send the bottles out. And then I've got my Redbreast, because I'm a big Irish nut. If you know me, you know this. And then just some of the Bardstown and the good old Evan Williams there. And then the rest of the stuff on this side is all the Redwood Empire stuff right now we have up on there, including the old Haystack, the new Haystack.
The original.
Some of the original bottles, like the batch ones, and some of the original bottles up there in my tater tubes. So that's pretty much what's there. And there's a whole bunch of other shit down here.
So apparently Watershed Distillery is in Columbus, Ohio.
Next time we're out. Yeah, I loved it. Visiting distilleries. We're going to do more interviews, more distillery visits, more whiskey hunting as we have more time to do that. So it is my goal at some point between the bottle shop and the content to be able to kick this bad boy into full time, but we're a little ways away from that still. My only complaint, how gotta get into the 135 bottles to see how tasty the juice is. What I missed?
I'm sure that has to do with Watershed probably, because the people we're talking about.
Oh, Watershed?
I would assume. I was going to say, it's not Redwood at least.
No, it's not Redwood. Have you tried any of the bourbons and whiskeys the military puts out? Like a few units have their own whiskey like that. Yeah, you know what? I have a bottle of the Airborne one that my sister gave me as a gift, so it's an unopened bottle because it was a gift specifically. I've not tried it though. I'm kind of afraid I won't like it, and the damn wax dipping on those things is so extensive. I'll destroy the bottle if I open it, and it was a gift, and so I'm kind of that one's not going to get open. But I do need to try those at some point for sure.
So apparently, Bourbon was talking about Garrison Brothers on that comment.
Oh, Garrison Brothers. Yeah, the problem with Garrison Brothers is they don't have that many offerings, but they're all vintage, so every year they're different. So yeah, it can get a little bit crazy for sure. Haven't tried any because they're expensive, but very cool bottles. Well, and Garrison Brothers, man, is one of those things that unfortunately the best stuff that they have is the expensive stuff. So if you start at small batch, you may like it. I like it. You may get turned off by it because it's very Texas funk, funky wheat. I like it a lot, but it is definitely a specific profile. And stop. A lot of people do that or honeydew and stop. And then you miss out on Guadalupe and Balmoral and Ladybird and all these amazing things they have that are really expensive. Can I get Bardstown anywhere in California? You can. Bardstown is pretty readily available in California. You can also get it on bondobottleshop.com. We've got some there.
What do you think of Knob Creek 12?
So Knob Creek 12, I will have you know I went whiskey hunting recently, and the only bottle that I bought was Knob Creek 12. For MSRP, Knob Creek 12 is the best of the lineup. Because it's about $60, a little less. We got it for $57. Yeah. Not as good as 15, but awfully close for half the money. Way better than the younger stuff. Mm-hmm. Way better than the 9. Just better. So Knob Creek 12 is the sweet spot for Knob Creek in my opinion. The 15s and 18s are better, but they're so much more expensive you don't need to buy them. What's up, Northwest? Yeah, thank you. You guys definitely thank you for hitting the likes. It makes a big difference. I'm assuming we're going to get more viewers on this thing as we do it more, but I'm glad you guys are all here, so I'm not really worried about that. See ya. Okay. The red Garrison is actually a Houston Rockets bottle. It's not a red bottle, but it's got the Houston Rockets thing on the bottom of it, and it's dipped silver. It's a single barrel that's dipped in silver and red. I got, with a little help from Rick's House of Bourbon, thank you, Rick's House of Bourbon, I got this bottle just because we were there when they were picking it, and I love the variations in the wax dipping color, because there's not a lot of variations in the wax dipping colors. Like when you do single barrels, they don't let you change your color, and this one they did the red tip, because assumption is it's the Houston Rockets. I'd be very careful pulling this out because the bag gets snagged, but you can see it's actually got a red plaque on it too, and a Houston's Rocket thing on the back, but they just don't. Garrison Brothers do not vary their bottles for single barrels for anybody, but they did for the Houston Rockets, and they did for the military in the red, white, and blue. So I'm like, okay, well, I gotta get those. Those are just freaking cool, and they make me feel a little better about not being able to find the high rye, the green dipped one. So one of these days I'm gonna find myself one of them green dipped ones and not have to pay $1,000 for it, which is just nuts. But technically, the high rye is the rarest Garrison Brothers bottle that there is. They only made, I think, like 1,200 bottles of that. So I'm pretty sure the Houston Rockets, there probably isn't that many of them, but it's a single barrel. Probably didn't count anyway. Thank you, Rick. Thank you. I hate when my bag gets snagged. That probably happens a lot, Kenny. As the bag ages, it sags a little more and it's easier to step on and trip over. Better if it was the Spurs. Yeah, but then it would be silver and black. I guess it would still be cool. There's already a black dip. I like the red because there's no red dip, except for the Rockets and the red, white, and bourbon. Very, very cool. Garrison hard to find in Rhode Island, and when you do, it's expensive. It's expensive everywhere. We do have some Garrison Brothers on bondedbottleshop.com, but not as much as I'd like to. It's really hard. I'm going to make an attempt with the next Ladybird release to get Ladybird, because I love Ladybird. And And if I can chop the price down on it a little bit, get more people access to it, I would love that. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's open the box. Let's see what's in the box, y'all. While we're talking, we need warrior dipped Garrisons. We need a whiskey bonded Garrison Brothers. But I don't know if I'm going to do that. The Garrison Brothers single barrels are so expensive. And it'd be really hard to stand out because there's so many of them. I don't know if you guys would be all that interested in the Garrison Brothers single barrel. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe that'll be something in the future. There is in existence Garrison Brothers single barrel cask strength honeydew and cask strength Guadalupe. And those are freaking amazing. But now you're talking about near $200 bottles. And that's, yeah. Yeah, we got a box.
So before you open it, let's see any predictions in the chat.
Yeah, if anybody wants to guess, it's from Yakima, Washington. What's in the box? It's not a head. I hope. If it's a head, I'm going to show you guys all, and you can all get grossed out. It is bottles, definitely. I can tell that. I don't know. Let's just see. This is going to be interesting. You guys are finding out at the same time I am right now what's in the box. What? It
said fentanyl.
Fentanyl! Yeah. I'm not going to admit that on camera if it is what it is. Okay, no. I don't. It's some kind of bottles. Okay, so let's see what we got. Let's just pull these bad boys out. Sometimes it's an exercise in having no idea what I'm getting. Because I talk to a lot of people, and sometimes I'm very bad about making notes and stuff. So like people will send me stuff, and it'll show up, and I'm like, oh, crap. Did I talk to them on email? Did I talk to them on Instagram messages? You know, how do they get a hold of me? Because I like to say thank you and let them know it's here and everything. It's not an Arby's bottle. Okay, so this is... Oh, wow, that is cool. So this is from the Distillarium. Cask and Spin. I remember now why I got these. So this is a Washington distillery. Washington, I have a weird fascination with triticale. I know the distillers call it triticale. So this is a 4-year straight triticale cask strength whiskey, and I'm super stoked about these. I actually went up, this is 116 proof. I actually went up and paid way too much money. I got my sister to go and get it for the Dry Fly Triticale 136 proof straight. And it was super interesting. I was a little disappointed with it because it was not as impressive as I thought it was going to be. Thought it was going to knock my socks off. It didn't. It's good, but not worth the money that I paid for it. So when they reached out and said, hey, we got a Triticale, and they showed me the bottle. Look at the freaking bottle art. That's dope. And they're based around horses. So Cask and Spin, the art of the spin, it's like I think they call it dressage. I'm not sure. I remember what they call it. And then, what is this one? Man, these are pretty bottles. Also from the Distillarium, this is their cask strength whiskey spelled with a Z. Oh, great. We're going to mix it up by doing another way of spelling it. Straight rye whiskey. Also, No Man's Whiskey, a cask strength with a really freaking cool bottle. So I don't know if you guys know anything about... yeah, we can talk. We can pop them open if you want to. Westward, Kitsap. You guys. So the Kitsap. So update on the Kitsap Whiskey Society's picks. So you guys have got to know. That's the only thing from the godforsaken state. So you guys have got to know that Kitsap Whiskey stuff. And listen, I may be a little biased because they're going to be selling all their stuff at bondedbottleshop.com. But everything I've had that he has picked has been nuts. Colby and his guys have the ability to talk their way into unbelievable things, to taste them, to blend them, and come up with single barrel picks and blends that you guys are gonna want. I'd like to take credit for them. It's not me. We're just selling them in the shop so that Colby can get better access to them. But his Westward single barrel pick that I got in Hungarian Oak, nuts. He says that the new Westward picks are better, which doesn't even compute to me. Okay, those are coming pretty soon. We should have those hopefully by the end of the month. Things happen so slowly. Don't get me started on freaking distribution. Distribution is absolutely nutballs. I have no idea what's going on with our bent pick. And I talk to the distillery and the retailer all the time. The distributor is just, yeah, we'll pick it up. Yeah, we'll get it there. It's fine. It's fine. We place the order and it's ready to go. And it just sits there. It makes me crazy.
Tony says that he likes those bottles, so hopefully...
Beautiful bottles. Well, let's see. I don't have a proper glass, but here. Oof, that redwood is going to be too much for this. Here, let's do this. We're going to do this. We're just going to improvise this thing. This is going to be a little bit messy, you guys. This is not official whiskey tasting procedure, but Screw it. Fred Minnick would be upset. Okay, so you guys get to pick. I will open one of these right now. What's up, Tim? You want to do the cast strength rye, or do we do the cast strength triticale?
The triticale.
Triticale?
Come on now.
For sure? I think that's probably right, because that's the one that's most likely to be unusual.
Yeah.
I got to see if I can open these carefully, because they're so pretty, I don't want to mess them up. And I'm sure Mrs. will be mad that she didn't take pictures of them before I opened them. But it is what it is. See if we can open them carefully here, not make a mess. Bottle. Don't get me started on bottle opening. It's I wish they'd come up with a better way, a cleaner way to open these things. Okay, that's not bad. That didn't turn out too bad. All right, so we're gonna pop this here. Let me see if I can get it close to the microphone so you guys can hear it real quick. What is a triticale? Triticale. It is a grain that is a blend of rye and wheat. Ready? Hey, it was a good one on my end. I don't know if you guys heard it. It was a good one on my end. Ooh, that smells sweet. So, triticale is a blend of wheat and rye that they cross-pollinated so that you could get the characteristic and high yield of wheat with the robustness and strength of rye. So it's very resistant and resilient to climate and water and all those things too. So they wanted to see if they could get something like rye with wheat characteristics. And basically, it is like a blend of wheat and rye at the same time. You want to try a little?
Yeah.
All right, so me and the old junior are gonna try the triticale. I will tell you right now, this definitely smells sweeter than the triticale from Dry Fly, the higher proof stuff. The triticale from Dry Fly is also I believe is an 8-year. This is a 4-year. So let's see what we get. This is gonna be real interesting. Non-chill filtered, grain to glass. Aged to perfection. It ignites your senses with a dance of rich caramel and crackle of spice. Okay.
I said it's pretty accurate.
Really?
The caramel for sure.
Flat cherry soda, calling it. Okay. There's definitely some pop to that.
Yeah, a little bit. It has a ton of caramel.
Ooh.
For me.
Yeah, like a brulee sugar kind of caramel, like burnt caramel.
Yeah.
Oh wow, like a maple syrup note, like a really strong maple syrup note, right at the end.
Like caramel, like maple syrup. It's nice and sweet.
Very caramely, very syrupy. That's really interesting because it also has the prickliness of that kind of lights your tongue up of the rye. And then it's funny. It starts kind of prickly and then goes into the caramelly kind of
it's
creamy caramel syrup
first, and then sweetens out. The maple syrup hits you hard, though.
Wow, that is wild. That's pretty good. I'm gonna have to try that again, but I think I'm almost thinking that's gonna be better than the Dry Fly, and I'm pretty sure this is a lot less expensive. Man, they got me again. Not as bad as the McLaren bottle, but Cam gonna want to sample that. Nailed it. That's so funny. Yeah, great color to it. If you can see it, great color. It does not say, and I might have to reach out to them to say what the barrel char level is and all that good stuff too. But assumedly, depending on where this is in Washington, the climate can be either hot and dry with seasons, or it can be cool and humid and temperate all year round, depending upon where it's at.
Let's see.
I'm gonna guess. Yeah, look it up. I'm gonna guess that the distillarium is probably in central or south Washington. Because the horse tie-in would not really go well with Western Washington. It's not really a thing, but
it is in South Central Washington.
Okay, so like Yakima, Yakima. Okay, so boy, nailed that. Does that say that on that? I see it, like subconsciously picked it up. Oh, it was on the package. There it is. Yakima. Okay, so yeah, very cool. So first impression of distillarium out of Washington, it's good. It's good. I'm really surprised by that. Wow. Okay, cool. Very cool.
I'm surprised at how bold the caramel and maple syrup is.
I'm still getting the maple syrup.
It almost feels like it's flavored, like it's getting to that point almost.
Listen, you could tell me that this is maple barrel finished, and I would believe you.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that it is. It says straight triticale 4-year non-chill filtered. It doesn't say single barrel, but it doesn't say finished or in anything either. I'm going to have to find out about that, because if this is not maple syrup barrel finished, which I don't believe that it is, That's incredible. That's an incredible amount of maple syrup right at the end.
That's a ton.
Wow.
That's really good.
Getting a little bit of like an unusual kind of leather note kind of at the end too. This is gonna sound stupid, but like nubuck leather. I don't know why it just popped into mind. It's not like jacket leather, but like nubuck leather. Yeah. Anyway, any good had? That's an interesting question. Any good had? Gary. That's gonna make Gary, because Gary unintentionally is the grammar police. Only because, not because he's policing grammar, because it makes him freaking nuts when anybody misuses grammar or spelling or a sentence. I can drink that and still get up the next day. You could drink this and still get up the next day. I've not had the new. Somebody asked about the new single barrel, new Riff single barrel. You know what? Honestly, I'm weird like this. I had a new Riff single barrel bourbon one time that I didn't love, and I got turned off by it, and I haven't had another new Riff since. Which is kind of weird, but what are those little things coming? Little celebrations?
Yeah, it's kind of like the TikTok, like you can send likes.
That's cool. I like it. I dig it.
I will say, for the price of this bottle, this is phenomenal. $48 on their website.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For that price,
I'll have to look that up, because that looks like a similar overlay to what we have in the shop. I wonder if we can get it. We will not be adding that to the shop yet. I have not made an official judgment. I tend to like things at the beginning. I can't help it. It's a nope. Not gonna say it. It's a morality. Oh, that's gonna be a bit of an inside Patreon.
So it is finished in purely American oak. That's it.
Finished in purely American oak. What does it say? What does it say about it? Read it out loud.
It says,
or say it loudly.
This is a whiskey with a story, a saga of cask strength and non-chill for authenticity, where every sip captures spirit of spin. Our journey begins with a locally grown triticale grain, a hybrid of wheat and rye, known for its robust and distinctive flavor. Unite your senses with a dance of rich caramel. It's crackle of spice. And then it says the barrel profile is an American oak, number 3 char, aged at least 4 years, 95% triticale, 5% barley.
5% barley. So it's not 100% triticale. That's the number 3 char makes sense. That's probably where you're getting the color from, because that's a pretty dark color for 4 years. Yakima can get hot summers for sure, so you can get some heat out there, and cold winters, so it's cycling through. You know what? That's I can't believe that's under $50.
Yeah,
that's actually really, really good. I'll revisit with a Glenn and do a proper review on it before I post it, make my final judgment. But it does say Ascot Awards double platinum winner, so that's something to say. And on both of these, Ascot Awards double platinum winner, a Council of Tasters. I don't know about you guys, but I don't personally put a whole hell of a lot of weight into awards, the Ascot Award or anything. But you have to consider it. I mean, a shit bourbon's not going to win that. It's not going to be an inside joke if you blab it on the live. I didn't say nothing else about it, Kenny. What are the tubes behind you? How do I get one? Jeff, I think you won one, bro. Jeff, are you in Minnesota? Jeff, are you in Minnesota, Jeff? Did you not see the post? He didn't see the post. Mic audio changed, FYI. I think you lost something. Still can hear you okay. Uh-oh. Oh, we lost our mic. Did you knock it out? Yeah, you knocked it out.
With what?
With your foot.
I didn't move my foot.
It's still in there. Yeah, we have a technical difficulty. Well, here's what we're gonna do. Boop. You learn as you go. Oh, what did you get the? Oh, you get the microphone for this one? Look at it. We probably lost the battery. Here, hold on. Don't worry about it. We're gonna do this. Here we're gonna do. We're gonna turn this bad boy on. I bet you that pops up. Let's see if that pops up. Yo! Okay, can you guys hear me now? Probably a little better. Try the AT guy. I'll hang the mic here. We're gonna do the mic. How's that? So part of the problem that we have, you guys, with sound and stuff is if I go for a while, then we lose battery, we lose microphone. It's look at things we got to work out. Allegedly, IT is working on some kind of a better setup
IT
for.
has a solution, has not been greenlit yet.
Yeah, he said. Luckily, the IT department is on site. You notice that I'm the one that had to whip out the microphone out of the bag.
I don't know where you store stuff.
That's all right.
You got to put a ticket in. I'll get back to you in a week.
Yeah, both were fine. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so there's a built-in microphone in the camera. But here, I wonder if I put it here and you guys can. There now, maybe you can hear Junior better.
No, they don't need to hear it.
Anyway. So you guys, I promise you. Thank you for being here early. You're going to see this improve. We're going to use a one camera. I don't think I'm going to go to a 2-camera setup, but we will have guests. We are going to get a better sound setup so that if Junior's with me or if Mrs. is with me, they'll actually have a microphone and you'll be able to do a little bit more of a kind of interactive 2-person thing. So I'll tell you guys this: if you want to be on the YouTube live, if you want to be a guest on the YouTube live, we're gonna have people. I just want to have followers on sometimes. So we gotta get Jeepin is not in here tonight, huh? Anybody know where Jeepin is, or is Jeepin's username something that I'm not aware of? I know there's a Tom in here. I'm gonna have to text Jeepin and figure out where the hell he's at. He's always here. I'm worried now.
I like Rick's idea. Give me the credit card and I'll buy you what you need. There you go.
There you go. Attaboy. Typical government employee answer. That's pretty funny. Vacay tomorrow. Oh, Tom's on vacay tomorrow. Damn it, Tom. No, I'm gonna have to message Tom and tell him to get his shit together. He's traveling. This is the first time we've had a live that Tom isn't here.
It's true.
It's the first time in we were doing lives for a year and a half. All right. Well, listen to Tom Jeepin in Nevada. He is one of the real ones and always super reliable. I'll cut him some slack on this. Well, Michael says, I'd be happy to jump on and do whatever I can make up a blind flight and deliver it to you and we can be on to discuss. It was Cabo bound. Oh, nice. I accidentally snagged your Weller Foolproof from a store about 1 or 2 months ago. Sorry, my guy. But what? Yeah, so here's what we're gonna do. What time is it? We get 7:50. We're gonna go ahead. Let's wrap this up. I've not said Redwood Empire in the last 10 minutes. Yes, Chaz, Redwood Empire. 101. Get it in the bottombottleshop.com.
Start a counter in the corner.
Yeah, I know. That'd be fun to do. See, come on, IT, get that together.
Get me the equipment I need. I can get it together.
Buy the equipment. I'll give you the card. Let's go. Let's go. Tom's in Mexico. So you guys listen. If you guys have, please, let's do this. Let's wrap up on this. If you guys, I know I said I'd talk about fantasy football is rigged, but I think maybe we'll skip over that. If you guys have some input for what you'd like to see, I really want to evolve the lives on YouTube to be something that is a little bit more, it'd be a little more interactive. Like I said, I want to have guests. Like we had Tom on an Instagram call one time, and it actually turned out really, really cool. We let people call in, and it was really cool. I'd love to do a call in. I don't know what the logistics of that would be like. It would be dope to be able to have a call in, a voice call in thing. We may do something like that. I don't know. I got to get IT up and running, but we're gonna do it in a podcast format. Yeah, we're gonna do it in podcast format. So like calling like a phone call in, or how would you do that?
You could do it a lot of different ways.
Yeah, I don't know. We should do that. We could do some kind of a live call in. We're gonna put Bonded Junior to work and have him be he's gonna be what's the guy's name on Joe Rogan?
Jamie.
He's gonna be my Jamie, but Jamie's a lot better than you
are. Hey, Jamie probably gets paid a lot, so I would hope so.
Or if you want the job, you gotta earn the job.
Well.
Can I call in to double chug Willet? Yes, we'll have Owen on just long enough to double chug a Willet. We'll dial him in. He'll double chug the Willet. We'll kick him off.
Yep.
Perfect. I love it. So here's what we're gonna do. I'll do anything but pack. I hate packing. That's so funny. Can I call in and do a double chug building the plane as we fly it? Yes, that is exactly. The Discord is whiskey bonded on the Discord, but you have to go through the Patreon to find it, Perez. So my best suggestion to you is go to whiskey.bonded.com. It's easy. Whiskey with an E. So if you're from England, I'm sorry, I have to add an E in there, but whiskey.bonded.com will take you to our links, and then the link to the Patreon is there. The link to the bottle shop is there. The link to the Whiskey Bonded shop is there. WhiskeyBondedshop.com. Everything is there, so you guys can kind of check it out from there. But you guys, please message me. My email is whiskey.bonded@gmail.com. We left it at that for a reason. So if you need something, you can email me. You guys, please throw out your ideas. Message me your ideas. If you guys are patrons, you can send it to me on Discord, but maybe we'll talk about it in an after call. And let's like Burbo said, we'll build this plan as we fly it. Would appreciate a review of some Barber Lee rye. Wow, California craft, I believe. Okay, I'm gonna write it down. Barber Lee. I have never heard of that, but I will try to find it. You never know when you're gonna find something special, you guys. I don't know if you guys saw my review of Savage and Cook. That Savage and Cook Bloody Butcher corn was a shocker to me. It was so surprisingly good. Oh, Chaz, thank you. Yes, Redwood Empire. That's all. Oh, hey. Did you know that we are the number 2 in all of California behind only Bevmo for Pipe Dream 101?
Really?
They were the number 2 selling liquor store for Pipe Dream 101 is our top selling bottle easily.
That's pretty cool though.
That is pretty cool. Haystacks is second
Total
now.
Wine? That's good.
Yeah, beat Total Wine,
Yeah,
which
nice.
is crazy to me that we beat Total Wine. That's not gonna last very long.
Yeah.
The Redwood Empire VP of sales was like, dude, how did you get so much of it? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, dude, aren't you supposed to know you're the head of sales?
Yeah.
But I guess I said I asked for it. But you guys will know I probably have more Pipe Dream 101 than any other retailer in California right now. We literally have a crap load of it, and nobody else can have it. We locked it up.
Nice.
So I may open it up because we probably have too much, frankly. You guys, listen, I need you guys to buy Pipe Dream 101. You need to review more bottles, or more bad bottles. Cam. Yikes. I do not. Okay, so here's the.
Yeah, when's the Truman Reserve review? I'm waiting on that one.
I did Truman Reserve. I did it in the little packets.
Oh.
The packets are cool. It's not good, but the packets are cool. The little packet. So Truman Reserve makes the little plastic satchels of whiskey. It's not good whiskey, but it is good enough to take to the rodeo and mix into your drinks.
Fair.
Jack and Coke style. That's what we did with them. That's an old video. We took it to the rodeo and I mixed it in with Coke. Fine. Straight up, not good. Didn't I give you that bottle?
Yeah.
I offered that bottle to
I haven't
Junior.
opened it.
Sorry, Junior. It's already open.
Well, no, but I'm saying
you haven't tried it.
I haven't had any more.
Yeah.
I give it to my friends when they come over, and
Truman
I keep
Reserve.
stuff for myself.
Truman Reserve, not good. Sorry, Truman Reserve. It's just bad.
Cam said he's gonna send you some Spirits Direct review. So.
Oh, jeez. I did do the Bond Stone. I gave that away. I took that to work and gave it to some sucker that doesn't drink whiskey, and she was like, "That's pretty good." I'm like, "Yeah." The Bond Stone standard offering was bad.
Yeah.
I don't want to drink bad whiskey, you guys. Okay, if you guys listen, patrons, if you guys want to send me a bad whiskey, I will review it. But I'm gonna be very, very cautious in doing that because I do not like to bash whiskeys in general. I don't want to bash companies or distilleries stuff because I may not like it, but somebody worked hard on it. But if it is it's a major brand. If it's owned by Brown Forman or Sazerac or Wild Turkey, and you send it to me, I'll review it. If it's crappy, I'll be honest. It might be fun. Make bourbon cheap again, man. All right, Dalton. Thank you, brother. Yes, absolutely. We're trying to make bourbon cheap again. That's what the Bond Bottle Shop is all about. We're going to do some cool discounts and bundles and shit, too, just to have some fun with that in the future. So be watching for that. But I took a break from posting about the Bond Bottle Shop because I don't want to inundate you guys to death with every damn thing we put on the Bond Bottle Shop. But it's going to be around. We're going to grow it. It's going to continue to be dope. And if you guys, especially you patrons, want stuff, you guys know what to do. Just ask. Owen has actually done that a few times. Said, "Hey, can you get?" I got it. Put it on there just for him because we got a good price on it. So, all right, you guys. So listen, we're gonna wrap it up. Patrons, head over to the Discord after party. Thank you for your patience tonight. I know we started a little bit late. I think we lost Tim again. Tim was in. Tim was out. We're gonna figure out this whole thing better. Every week it's gonna get a little better if I can get my IT department off their ass.
IT department has not gotten any
Let's go.
requests.
Dude, I didn't give you
completed.
Listen, you have the
No.
budget that you need. Let's just do it. Hey, turn off your damn live commercials. What happened? Well, there was a live commercial. Did you see a
You're
commercial?
monetized, so yeah.
What did it say?
I don't.
What was it a commercial for? Like
It's
tampons?
just like a YouTube ad. I don't know.
Oh, is it? Where does it show up? I don't even know. Oh, sorry, guys.
Kenny, turn your ad blocker on. There you go. You're good.
Yeah, Kenny, turn your ad blocker on. I have no idea what we're talking about right now. What's the worst bourbon you've ever tasted? Mine is Devil's Cut. The worst bourbon I've ever tasted was is a very expensive bottle.
Oh my! I know mine.
What?
It's the Steph Curry one. I don't.
The Gentleman's Cut?
Yeah, I hate that whiskey.
The
It's
Gentleman's
so bad.
listen, sorry, Steph. The Gentleman's Cut was not good. The worst one for me was the Woodford Reserve Masters Collection.
Oh, that one's so good.
5 malt stouted mash. It's terrible. I do not like it.
Where's Rick?
It's horseshit.
Rick, that one's good, right? I sent him a sample. He knows. He knows about that one.
Yeah. So somebody's
like
asking
that
what my whiskey of the year is. You know what? There's a very real possibility that that's going to be Russell's 15. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna consider a few different things. I really would like a small distillery to win it. We'll see. No commercials when you have premium.
True.
Big loophole.
That's what I got.
Mine was for better health therapy. Well, Gary, that's the algorithm knows what you need and it suggests to you in the right amount of time because mental health. All right, you guys. So here we go. Patrons, head over to the Discord. We're gonna wrap this bad boy up. We've been going for about an hour and a half, and my voice is starting to go a little bit nasty. Jason Aldean's whiskey. All right, we will come up with a bad whiskey from somebody that I don't. Patrons, figure out what you want me to do. You don't have to send it to me. I'll buy it. But if you guys can agree on a whiskey, but please, it's got to be from someone that me going, this is garbage is not going to hurt them, like Woodford Reserve. That's why I'm not shy about saying Woodford Reserve's 5 malt stout mash is horseshit. Or Bondstone. I don't know who makes Bondstone, but that stuff's terrible. And the Gentleman's Cut, I'm sure Steph Curry is not going to be hurt by us not repping his stuff. Yeah. The Redwood Empire, I will Usonian. The Redwood Empire that goes up against Handy, that beat Handy at the San Francisco Spirits Award, is the Rocket Top Rye Batch 4. So that's the newest one. You can get Rocket Top in the shop, in the bottleshop.com. But I will tell you, I have not been able to get my warehouse staff to differentiate the batches. So be careful. If you order a Rocket Top or a Grizzly Beast from Bond and Bottle Shop, it might be a 3, it might be a 4. I'm working on it. I literally have to have somebody go out into the warehouse, find the bottle, take a picture of it, and I haven't been able to get them to do that on the Grizzly Beast or the Rocket Top yet. But Rocket Top Batch 4, and it's absolutely delicious. If you see it, buy it. Total Wine is trying to sell me Bondstone Toasted. Chaz, please don't buy Bondstone, please. I've heard that the Bondstone barrel strength. Actually, we tried the Bondstone cask strength and it wasn't that bad. That one wasn't bad. But I wouldn't dice roll it. You know what the best bottle you can get on Spirits Direct is? I want to go ahead and say right now, this is the best bottle that has ever been on Spirits Direct. There's a video right there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that as a video right there. The best bottle you have ever been able to get on Spirits Direct from Total Wine is this bottle right here. Period. I've already had Malort, Jeff. It's not good, but I expected it to be bad, and expectations are everything. So I wasn't really that shocked by how bad it was. Have you tried it? No. Malort? You gotta try Malort. What's the matter with you? You weren't with us when we tried it. We were in Texas.
I did not try that.
Okay, so a little more pour of the Tanager, and we're gonna call it a night. Patrons, do your Discord thing. Try not to mess up the paper, which is just ridiculous. Yeah, you guys don't listen. Malort is not a joke. Malort is not to be taken lightly. It is not a good thing, and I do not understand why they make it. And it's a commentary on how terrible our society is that Malort makes money. It is awful shit, Gary. It's boo. It is terrible. It's terrible. I don't know why they make it. Is that good? It's a total run right now. Yes, system trend. Freaking buy it. If you see it, buy it. Listen, in general, for the 40 people that are still here, if you see this for $150, the Tanager, buy it. Just buy it. It's one of the most beautiful packages ever. I mean, what the fuck? Sorry. Mom's not here to yell at me.
That's cool.
And it's a delicious whiskey. A really, really delicious whiskey. It will be in consideration for Bourbon of the Year, but I don't know that it's going to win. But it's going to be in there. Spooby loves it. Well, maybe that's why Malort exists. There's enough Spoobies in the world. All right, y'all. Listen, we'll see you guys here next week. I will do the live announcements for YouTube. We're gonna get better about this thing. Just turn on your alerts. Make sure you're following, and we're gonna turn this YouTube live thing into a serious powerhouse. I really think we're gonna do some cool shit with YouTube Live. I can't wait for that to happen. But you guys, thank you for being here for the early days of YouTube Live, and for tolerating my ridiculous technical issues. And we'll get ourselves a better IT crew in here, or get ours off his ass. The head shake. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for coming so much. Thanks for hitting those likes. Thanks for the donations. Bourbon, that was dope. If you guys given the gifting on the YouTube thing, I don't know how that works, but I see it pop up and I appreciate the crap out of it. So every little bit helps. But if you guys are going to give something to us for the content to help support the cause, get something for it, please. Just grab something at whiskeybontedshop.com or bondedbottleshop.com. I appreciate the patrons more than I can tell you, and all of the live subscriptions, all the donations, and all of that stuff is incredible. I love it. Thank you. But just get yourself something. Get yourself something. We keep the margins incredibly small on all this stuff, so that the most of what you're spending is for the thing that you're getting. Like these t-shirts or these hoodies are dope. It still helps. It still helps in the same way, and I'll just do something. Get something for yourself. Love is a strong word, but college Spooby drank much worse than Malort. I have a feeling that Spooby has done more than one bar mat shot. Spooby, do you care to confess to doing bar mat shots before we wrap it up? Do you have generic stuff like Blanton's? Get the Bardstown Origin white label. It's better than Blanton's and pretty much the same. Similar. It's not the same. Yeah, it's way cheaper. I think it's better personally. But similar kind of rye mash bill, fairly similar age. Better. In fact, you know what I need to do? I need to pour that Blanton's blend that I did and the Infinity Barrel that tastes like Stag and see if the patrons can tell which is Stag and which is Blanton's. I bet they can't.
It's not a bad idea.
Bet they can't. My blend that I made that's Blanton's like is awfully Blanton's like. What the hell is even that? Gary, this one, when they're pouring drinks and they got the little mat on the bar and a little bit of stuff spills out and it gets caught in that little bar mat, you pour the bar mat into a glass and you drink it. It's called a bar mat shot. Come on, stop it. You know what that is. You probably just call it something different. The Origin High Wheat 106 instead of Water 107. But I can agree with that. Bardstown is not playing, you guys. Bardstown Origin stuff is all solid buys. My least favorite's the rye, but they're all solid buys. Okay, I guess Gary's not going to admit that he did bar mat shots. That's fine. You don't have to, Gary. We'll talk about it at a safe space in the Discord, where nobody makes fun of you, and we're all very supportive of each other's feelings. It's an emotional safe space. Okay, guys, listen, we'll see you guys here next week. Same time, same place. Wait. Yes, we'll be here next week. I can always check the calendar because there are times we're busy doing stuff. You guys, please check out whiskeybounded.com, whiskeyboundedshop.com, bottlebottleshop.com. Just check out our stuff. And make sure you're following us everywhere, please. Not just here. Except for TikTok. I don't care about that. Because it's probably going to get... Trump's going to probably cut that shit off anyway. Yeah, psychopathic gaming. I'm totally being facetious. It is no holds barred. Every man for himself. You got to have some thick skin, and it's a shitload of fun. If you guys want to have fun talking about whiskey with some of the best people that there are, period, in this whole whiskey world, join the Patreon and get in the Discord. I mean, some of these guys have become really, really solid friends in the time that we've been losing my voice. In the time that we've been doing it, like serious. We've gone and hung out with some of the guys at their houses. Just really, really great people. So, all right, gotta go. See you guys next week. Thanks for coming by. You guys, please check us out everywhere. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Bye.